Hey, what's up, people? How you guys doing, man? Renal Khalique's in the building. Came by to talk about the Summerslam review, which I did just see, and it's completely apparent that it was a good pay-per-view. It was awesome. They had no useless filler matches with Divas, Ryback, or Brodus Clay matches. They just had a straight up just what's on the card pay-per-view matches, and that's what made it, I thought, fantastic. Good job for pulling off one of the greatest SummerSlams. I thought it was exciting. Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler was a good back and forth match. I didn't really catch it until I saw the end when Chris Jericho made Dolph Ziggler tap, and which is kind of apparent that he was going to win. I thought Dolph Ziggler was going to win, but surprisingly Chris Jericho does. So he managed to turn the tables. Next match we had was Daniel Bryan against Kane. I thought it was a great match. Daniel Bryan and Kane going back and forth. I mean, Daniel Bryan was going to get some offense in, which was kind of expected. And then Kane able to turn the tables around and get a little offense on his own. But Kane should have settled in with the chokeslam, but he decided to go for the tombstone, which backfired, and Daniel Bryan was able to pick up the win. So apparently I kind of expected Daniel Bryan to get the win. Will this be the end of his anger management, or will his torture continue, or will his torture be over from AJ? We'll see what happens. Hopefully, if it is to happen, AJ will get Kane a rematch clause, or I don't know what may happen, but hopefully Kane gets a rematch. Well, I don't know if that's to happen, but hopefully Kane gets a rematch. I thought it was a great match. An okay match, Daniel Bryan gets some offense in. Chris Jericho and Ziggler, I can't really say, but 4 out of 5 is just because the build-up was really good. And Dolph Ziggler, has the imitation of Chris Jericho a little bit. I thought Dolph Ziggler was going to be an imitation of The Miz, but it turned out he's more like Chris Jericho. And I have to say, Chris Jericho, with his new hairdo, he does look like Dolph Ziggler more, so it's kind of ironic. So let's see what happens from there. Daniel Bryan came 3.5 stars out of 5, mostly because Daniel Bryan's upset victory really impressed me. Like, I kind of saw that coming a little bit, but his upset victory really proved that he didn't completely dominate him with the finisher. Unlike Eve and Caitlyn, I was gonna get to that later, but I might say it a little bit, but it kind of pissed me off a little bit to see Eve cleanly dominated Caitlyn like that, where it should have Eve pull an upset pin. That's what I thought they should have did. Next match. Moving on. Next match, they had. It was another match. Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. Yeah, it was Sheamus versus Miz versus Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental title. I thought it was a great match. Miz had fantastic offense. I see him still hasn't lost his touch in the ring. He still has it in him, and he proved it to me tonight. But Rey Mysterio executing on the move, he still proves to be a great in-ring performer. From what I heard on Friday Night SmackDown, he teamed with Sin Cara to take on Cody Rhodes and The Miz, which is kind of apparent. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara do look like a great tag team, but I know everybody's hoping that they go against each other. So we'll see if that's to happen, Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio. But Rey Mysterio, fantastic in the ring. He was just excellent, superb. He hasn't lost his touch either. Miz also hasn't lost their touch, and they still continue to prove that they can go to work in the ring, which is what really impressed me a little bit. But some of the stuff that disappointed me was just, I don't know, The Miz, nailing his soul-crushing finale, which impressed me. But what I think what should have happened is after that 619, Miz should have caught Rey Mysterio off the body slam and pull an upset win. I thought that was what's to happen, but that should have happened. But The Miz, still picks up the victory. I was expecting him to win. Still a great match, but Rey Mysterio kind of dominated here and there, but The Miz, managed to get some offense in. Didn't seem back and forth, but other than that, it was okay, but the end was really fantastic. Miz getting a good victory. So I have to say, 4 stars out of 5. Because I thought it was an entertaining match, but it wasn't as much back and forth as I thought it should be. Sheamus and Del Rio, that match was okay, but the end was kind of unique and kind of expected. But it seems very apparent that what do you say? It seems very apparent that Sheamus was dominating the match, but Alberto Del Rio got some offense in, and it seemed like I don't know, like Alberto Del Rio did get some good offense in the ring, but it looked like Sheamus was dominating the match, and Alberto Del Rio it looked like a squash match to me a little bit, but then here and there it looked back and forth, which they did put some effort making it back and forth, which I thought was fantastic. So apparently, Sheamus and Del Rio did look good in the ring, but Sheamus, obviously like dominated the match, you know, but he didn't really dominate. Ricardo, they made completely Ricardo and Alberto look like an idiot. Ricardo threw a shoe, which was kind of useless a little bit, and then Sheamus caught it and Del Rio knocked him out. Del Rio should have ducked, pushed him in the turnbuckle, pull an upset win. That would have been great, but I don't know how to think of it, but it was kind of odd to see how Sheamus dominated the match. Alberto Del Rio's foot was on the rope. They should have caught that, and the match should have still went on, but it seems very unfortunate that the match could continue. Alberto Del Rio pull off an upset, but unfortunately Sheamus just dominated again, and hopefully Alberto Del Rio becomes world champion, but he should have became world champion and then kind of like turned the tables. Or, I don't know, Booker T turns heel. That wouldn't be great because, like, he gets involved and then turns heel on purpose, but that would have been useless. But other than that, Alberto Del Rio should have won and pulled an upset. That way the feud with Sheamus and Del Rio could be even hotter. But, I don't know, Sheamus is just burying Del Rio. I don't want to see it happen again if it is to happen at Night of Champions. It's getting ridiculous. Alberto Del Rio needs to win that belt again. He should have captured it again at Summerslam. That's what should have happened, which is kind of unfortunate it didn't. Next match, we had the WWE Championship match. Okay. The WWE Championship match. Okay, that match was, it was good. CM Punk, Big Show, John Cena get some offense in. And, John Cena and CM Punk kind of dominated the Big Show from there. But apparently, if you really look at it, what do you call it? But if you really look at it, I did went to get some food, but I was a little hungry, but I did caught it, and then John Cena dominated Big Show, CM Punk then dominated, and it looked like they kind of were going back and forth and going at it. And then, before then, a little bit later, John Cena was 5-knuckle shuffle, CM Punk does the elbow drop, but didn't get the 3 count. Both look great in the ring, but however, towards the end, CM Punk tries to nail his Anaconda Vice, John Cena with STF. I thought it was going to end in the draw, but AJ decided to restart the match, which was a good move. That way we don't have a match end in a draw and then there's no winner. But to CM Punk to continue to win, I'm glad that CM Punk won that match. He's been whining and complaining about the triple threat match, but he still managed to get in that ring and prove himself that he deserves the respect that he does. That's what I love of it. That's why I respect this guy, Punk. Punk, they made his creative team did a good job on his character because they back him up. They managed to say he deserves respect. Oh, show me some respect. That whole 9 yards, and then he manages to back it up. That's the good thing about it, and that's the thing that really impresses me. So, good job on Punk. Punk continued to look fantastic with that victory, even though he did a rob victory where John Cena nails the attitude adjustment. CM Punk throws him out the ring. He should have kicked him or something, but either way, CM Punk does get the clean victory, so he will continue his title reign. Hopefully he gets to 300. I'll be cheering on that if that is to happen, but hopefully soon that does happen. Next match, we had the main event. Was that the main event? Yeah, it was the main event. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. I have to say the match was kind of good, but I think they did a little too much of Brock Lesnar going for the Kimura clutch, and then Brock Lesnar throwing away the gloves, which I felt was kind of unnecessary, but I was like, oh, what the heck, we'll see where it goes from there. But Brock Lesnar, it kind of sent a message that he doesn't need the gloves because he did a good job punching Triple H, nailing him hard, and Triple H was hurt from there. And then the match continued with some out-of-the-ring action. I thought it was great. They didn't need the weapons, which was kind of interesting, but it was really disappointing and unfortunate that Triple H didn't use the sledgehammer on Brock Lesnar, and they could have made Brock Lesnar look strong that he survived that sledgehammer hit and still managed to get the victory, but unfortunately it didn't happen, and apparently Brock Lesnar managed to get the victory. But if you really look at it, it was still good back and forth, Triple H did have some good offense in. Brock Lesnar still has some good offense in. The offense was really good, but I think Triple H should have had more offense in the match. But because Brock Lesnar kind of like shown more offense with going for the Kimura clutch and then going for other moves and punches and stuff and exploiting his UFC stuff. But Triple H did had some good exploiting in the match. Showed that he didn't lose his touch either. He looked actually fantastic. Like, the match was very evenly paced, very unpredictable. You don't know what's to happen, and that's what they really proved. The end with Triple H nailing down 2 pedigrees and Brock Lesnar survived. I thought that was great. They made Brock Lesnar look strong, and then Brock Lesnar nailing the Kimura clutch and not the F5 instead of the Kimura clutch. I don't know if he did nail the F5. I don't remember. But however, he does nail the F5, and he does nail the Kimura clutch where he cracks your arm like this, and then apparently gets the victory. So Triple H, I don't know what's next for him. They had a long cutscene. What's going to be next? I thought he was going to turn heel. If he does turn heel, oh my gosh, it would be crazy if he does. It would be crazy if he does turn heel completely by himself, but I don't think that's to happen soon. But if it is, then what's going to happen next? Other than that, we had hopefully Triple H returns to the ring and gets a rematch against Brock Lesnar, but he's probably going to win. But it should have had Triple H win just to end it. But if he does, and then Brock Lesnar gets seen, I don't know what's going to be next from there. So. Good move for Brock Lesnar getting the win, because I know everyone's going for Brock Lesnar, and he'll be on a great momentum, but good job for Triple H putting Brock Lesnar over. I thought it was good, so we'll see where it goes from there. I'll be really looking forward to it. That match was supposed to happen a decade ago, but it would have been a great match. They could have had a champion versus champion match, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar in 2002, but however, that didn't happen, which was kind of unfortunate. But 10 years later, put on a great feud. Triple H should have won because it could have built up some great heat with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. I don't know. That would have been fantastic. So it seems still a good pay-per-view. I did went to SummerSlam Access yesterday. I will be posting some videos of what I saw at SummerSlam. Hopefully, hopefully it's good. Even though I didn't post very much, I wish I did post a lot. But I posted the areas where I'm at, which is kind of apparent. But yeah, I should have posted a lot more and show you more pics and stuff. But you probably saw it on like the SummerSlam and stuff. But yeah, other than that, it was fantastic. So I had so much fun, met some good people there, met some fans there. I had so much fun. So that's what I basically stayed. So that's what basically happened, which it was fantastic. So yeah, SummerSlam was good pay-per-view. I like the fact they didn't use useless filler matches. They just went straight to the point and showed the matches on the card, hands down. That was great. So, yeah, that's my video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, even though it was long. And if it was a long video, glad you guys stuck around and watched it. So, hope you have a nice day, and peace out.